got a combination to give you a bright start. There's no better way to start your day. Get ready, everybody get ready for breakfast. Yes, get ready for breakfast. It's Sunrise Daily.
Nigeria's fixed income market last week a little bit sluggish after the debt auction for July by the debt management office. Yields were a little bit sluggish as everyone seemed to fold their hands and waiting for inflation data. Now we've got up to date and we're all talking about the next one, which is the MPC meeting. Let's bring on the program fixed income dealer at Access Bank, Rita Chairman. Good afternoon. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Last week it was all about inflation. What's the consideration whether inflation will eat into investors' return on bonds, treasury bills, which you call the yields. Now that we have inflation on the street around 16.5%, what's the sentiment like this morning?
Market just adjusted a bit, given the fact, as I earlier mentioned on this program, that we don't have other outlets where investors have put their money. So we see yields trend up a bit to reflect where inflation is, but below 16%. We're actually around 15.25, 15.4% on the long instruments. We see that stable at this level until we get to MPC, which is forthcoming earlier before the end of the month.
So in other words, you think investors are a little bit, well, quote unquote, comfortable with this yield level, at least for now?
Yes, of course, because there are no outlets for any investment. So 15%, 15.25, 15 gets to that high up of 15.7 is a very good return, despite it's negative anyway when you compare to inflation. But that's a more comfortable, safest where you can pick up your money and, get your returns as well. So, I mean, at that level, it's okay by the banks. But the only thing is that the liquidity in the market is not allowing people, the banks, to make use of these opportunities. So, we still see it trade at this level comfortably. And we might even get to 16 depending on what the outcome, the MPC decisions will be. So we may see it trend up a little bit higher than this level.
Richard, where do you see some liquidity coming through from this week? Are we looking at any matured treasury bills repayments on Thursday? Do you think anything will come in via the PME market that will be a bit significant enough to move things from the interbank to the fixed income side?
I don't think so. To date, the central bank came in selling treasury bills in the market. So that had already even taken up the liquidity we're expecting by Thursday. So, I mean, the liquidity is already dried up as we speak. We've not gotten the total figure they sold today, but they've really sold treasury bills in the market. So, I mean, the expected liquidity on Thursday is already been taken care of today. And given the fact that with primary auctions, we expect interest yields to rise up, from compared to the last yield, last stop rate. Sorry. So I mean, we'll see yields surge up above 15% in terms of treasury bills by Wednesday, by end of the auction on Wednesday. So I mean, that's what we'll see.
I know you folks are really busy. Rita, we know you're very busy. We thank you for your time. But do you take strawberries?
You said?
Strawberries. Do you have strawberries?
No, because they were sold to banks at their various rates. They asked us to give them two-way quotes, which we did. So it depends on your quotes. Okay. So I mean, it wasn't a particular, a single quote. It was at various quotes. Okay. From various banks.
Rita, thank you very much. We appreciate that. I was asking if you do have strawberries, but we'll have that conversation. We just have something about strawberries from KwaZulu-Natal region in South Africa. Thank you very much for talking the fixed income market. Rita, Chairman from Access Bank, a fixed income trader. Kapani Estate making history, the first farm to commercially grow strawberries in the KwaZulu-Natal North region in South Africa. Well, very unfavorable for the fruit, but folks are putting money together and they are exporting strawberries to everywhere in the world.
In South Africa's KwaZulu-Natal province, workers pick strawberries that have surprisingly thrived in the region's balmy temperature. Strawberries generally grow best in low-temperature climate, but the Katni Estates farm in Balito, a town about 40 kilometers north of Durban, is making history when former project manager Zolani Gumede and his wife started the farm in 2013 in a hot and humid region seemed to be hostile for growing the fruit. They were not sure their plan would work. Today, Zolani is making profits from his 17-hectare farm, where he grows various varieties of strawberries that seem to be doing well there.
Strawberries do prefer cooler, colder climates than the ones which exist here in Balito. But in saying that, advancements in the varieties which you can grow have made the options of growing strawberries in this type of climate a lot more possible. The varieties we grow now are a lot more heat tolerant than, say, 20, 30 years ago. And they didn't exist 20, 30 years ago.
The farm hires at least 80 people per season to pick the berries. Zolani took a loan of about $1.5 million to start the venture. He says he's taking advantage of a gap in local strawberry farms in the region.
That's about all for today on the program. We thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.